This is Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
This is AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Alex Crusoe, and I'm down to dunk.
It's like baby bottle pop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is Adam Flagler, and I'm down to dunk.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Kason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
I can't spell Lucas. Hey, how do you spell Lucas? How do you spell Lucas?
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
This is Nikola Topic, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Dylan Jones, and I'm down to dunk. This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
And there's probably like 50 to 75 Beanie Babies.
Give me like your top 3 Pokemon.
Brother, I can't even name.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
Sometimes the way his brain works is it leaves a lot to be desired.
This is Kenrich Williams, and I'm down to dunk.
Charmander.
Yeah.
Charmander. Or you're more of a Charmeleon guy.
Charmeleon.
This is Shake Gilgeous Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
Schlecht. You know what it means? Yeah.
That means like bad.
It means bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's me.
Well, it was a good interview, so it wasn't bad.
J-Dub, year 3, and I'm down to dunk for the 3rd time. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1540 of Down to Dunk. You can find us on The Athletic and anywhere else you subscribe to your podcast. Go to theathletic.com/down2dunk and get The Athletic for $1 a month for 6 months. I am Luke, joined this morning by Andrew.
I gotta say, I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Woo!
Slam through.
Taylor.
What's up, YouTube? Money. Slam through.
And Jet.
It's Jay.
Boys.
We back.
We're so
back.
We are back.
God, we're so back.
Last night, the Oklahoma City Thunder, our beloved, super hyped team, somehow exceeded expectations for game 1, throttling the Nuggets 102-87. I was listening to the NBA Daily this morning.
Wow.
Heading on in.
Wow.
Great plug.
Between our good friends Dave DeFore and Andrew Schlecht. I don't know the lady's name, and I apologize. Zena. And, I think that the question that is important to, maybe temper my over excitement is how bad is Denver?
They looked bad. Some of it, though, swinging it back to the Thunder, is the defense of the Thunder was so good, especially Chet. And I don't think, like, where would Chet have been on the list of guys where you're like, okay, here's the list of guys you think will be the best player on the court. Night 1, Thunder Nuggets.
Jokic, Shea, Dub,
Chet.
Maybe Murray.
But maybe
Chet.
Murray and then
Chet.
and then Chet in that same area. He
There
was the best player on the
There
court.
were moments, especially I think this is third quarter, where I thought Chet is absolutely taking it to Jokic.
Yeah, he did.
And kicking the living crap out of him.
He was making his life miserable.
Yeah.
So the exclamation play of the game was when Chet blocked Jokic and then runs back and gets that and yams it, right?
Yams it.
If you watch, the reason that he can yam it is because Jokic is behind him because he just started running to the ref to complain after Chet blocked him. And that's why he's so far behind Chet. And I was like, oh my God, we got in his head so much. He's so frustrated from this entire game.
He was after he yammed it, he was still complaining to the ref.
Yeah.
Well, and that what is that when Mike Malone got the technical? May have been later in the game or earlier in the game. I don't know, but it was the development that not only Chet, but the way the offense was like, oh, this is how we can respond to mismatches against us.
Yeah.
Is by just absolutely torturing them with our speed and ability to get by slower defenders. Jokic he looked like he was gassed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Chet just looked like he could have done that for days. And here's crazy. The Thunder shot terribly from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Their starting lineup, I pulled this out this morning. The starting lineup. So Dub was terrible he wasn't great. That was the other thing I'd say. Like if you're going to try to pour a little cold water, but
don't pour cold water.
I'm not going to. I'm just trying to not be a psycho this morning.
There's only hot water, Jay.
I want some warm water.
The starting lineup was 5 of 27 from the 3-point line for 18%. Team overall was 22%.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like the Thunder played their best game.
No. The Nuggets were even worse. The Nuggets shooting splits 35, 18, 71.
You gotta give it to our defense. You know how many times last season that the Nuggets were held under 90 points?
Never.
3 times.
Zero.
And we
Zero
did
at
it to
home.
them game 1.
0 at home.
And that rocks.
Yeah.
We came in. I mean, it didn't look like this was the start of the season for the Thunder. It looks like they were there and they were like, they're already a well-oiled machine.
I can't remember on the broadcast, which I don't love. Ian Eagle, I actually like him as a person. Like listen to some interviews on Levitard, he's fantastic. He was okay. Candace Parker's okay. I do love Stan Van. But they were talking about, I can't remember which one it was. It may have been Candace that said that the Thunder looks like they're in mid-season form.
Yeah.
They did, and it kind of makes sense because really the only guy they threw into this is Caruso as of right now. Everything else was kind of the same. Like the Isaiah Joe in the starting lineup, there's been plenty of minutes with him in that crew, though.
I know.
Is what I'm saying.
The lineups, I think Mark's trolling us.
Why? With the Oos minutes or what?
Actually, hey.
Oos was good.
Hit it. Oos. Great job last night. I apologize for my half-hearted apology from last week. You have a place.
Wow.
In this city.
Does
that have a place in your heart?
There you go. Does that crow taste like oos?
Yeah.
Yeah. It tastes a little bit like, I mean, he wasn't that great. He was really good.
I knew I could pull a little bit more out of you, Jay.
I'm not going to go crazy here.
I knew I could do it.
He did exactly what was needed from him. Stand in the corner, shoot threes, and make them. And great. But he didn't do much other than that, right?
I don't know. Did he?
No.
Okay.
3 rebounds.
I think he did.
He had a block.
I think he did great.
I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah.
He was a good role.
He was a good role player.
It's gonna be real bad. I just was like, no, I'm not even gonna say it.
I mean,
I can't say it. Keep going.
Let's say Jay Will plays and Jay Will hits 2 out of 3 from 3. Jay, I don't know why you just don't say it on the show.
No.
I'm saying if Jay Will played, if Jay Will played 13 minutes, was 2 of 3 from 3, and had 3 rebounds and a block, what would we say about Jay Will?
Yeah, true.
He played great.
I think it's just the way it just looks harder for Oos. Like mentally. It doesn't move well. Like it doesn't move smoothly. Like Jay Will is smooth. Like he can run the offense.
I don't know what Oos didn't do. I mean, he disappeared a little bit.
Yeah, he just disappears. That's all it is.
But I don't know what he did that wasn't smooth. I think
smooth.
I think Usmu Ding is a smooth operator.
Smooth Ding.
Listen, he's also 17 still, so
smooth.
I try. Listen, Oos, I'm in, man. You brought me back from the depths of despair. I'm here for you. I will support you until you give me
give me the first chance not to. And then
I will take that first lane.
There's something that happened at the very end of the game that I've never seen. Well, after the end of the game, when the team is being interviewed, and he says, Chet Holmgren, Shea, and Shea stops and names every other person that is there not being interviewed, but that is there on TV. I've never seen another NBA player do that.
That's because he's the best. He's the best superstar in the league. We have the best one.
Yeah,
But that
you were whispering it too.
It was great too.
We have the best one.
That was impressive. That was like such a small. He didn't have to do that.
No.
He didn't have to do that. And it was like to do that. Be like, no, it's not just me and Chet. It's this whole team. We don't. And
also, if you're a hater of all of their post game antics,
how could you be?
Just get out.
How could you be?
Yeah, shut up, haters.
How could you be? That is like the most wholesome thing.
Because you're a
That's
Rockets fan.
Yeah, exactly. Because your
Rockets
culture
are Mavs
sucks.
fans.
I just don't. I don't see any of that hate. I have not seen any of it.
Shea was also just fantastic on the court as well. They also like one of the things. So here's what I would say. My only pushback on like the other midseason form. There were a few guys that I felt like you could tell were trying to figure out. Kaysen, I thought Kaysen was really trying to figure out like how do I play in this kind of newer opportunity that's afforded to me, right? Like he's trying to. He wasn't what he was last year, where he was basically a 3-and-D guy. So he used the ball a little bit more. He tried to do a little bit more than he usually would do last year.
He missed some bunnies around the rim that he felt like he would have.
Everybody did in the first half, though.
Yeah, they were 50%. This is how you knew. This is how I knew that this could be a blowout. Is that at half they were 50% from the field, or from the field from
the restricted area,
and then. I think they missed one in the second half.
Like 90 some odd %.
They were ridiculous in the second
I
half.
thought I also was watching the first half and I was like, man, did I forget how intense and fast this team plays?
Yeah.
Like even in a half court setting, or was it just so I don't know. Everything felt like you have literally half a second to make a decision right now. And every player on the team made the correct decision for the most part. And that is why I think the Nuggets were so dead in the second half. They were putting so much effort into just running to our players. Our ball movement was so good. Our dribble, they were good at dribbling.
Oh my gosh, dude. I loved how good they were last night at dribbling.
They were really good at dribbling.
When I was watching, I was like, the way they dribble, good.
Some of the best dribblers.
Content you're only going to get here, friends. I'm looking at the total disbursement of minutes, only 9 guys got over 10 minutes.
9 guys.
Only 9 guys got over 10 minutes, and it felt like 15 did. It felt like Mark was just pulling, like just closing his eyes, pointing down the bench, and just calling people. Okay, every 3 minutes, you, and then like Caruso. I was like, he's not even going to play Caruso in the first half.
He felt like so anxious for him to get on the court.
What are we doing? I thought he was going to start. Now he's like the 3rd or 4th guy off the bench.
I kind of liked the move where it's like make everyone think Caruso's going to start and then put Isaiah Joe in there.
And then he still played 19 minutes. He was great.
He was great.
Caruso is he's like the veteran on the team. You can watch him helping the team navigate maybe any challenging moment. I don't know, dude. The hype level for this team.
It's crazy. And I don't know if you guys listened to the Josh Eustace interview yet, but you saw the way that Josh described Caruso like out on the court last night. It was like, you cannot speed him up. Like he just knows how to play the game. He knows how to operate. He can play it at such a high level. And you just saw that in different moments with just his decision making, when he gets the ball, he knows how to play within this offense already. It was pretty impressive.
You know what I was also impressed by? Wiggins.
Dude,
he's fantastic.
That I was not prepared for him to come and be the 3rd highest scorer on the team.
You know who'd love to have Wiggins?
The
Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
Yeah. I think Alex tweeted that he would be the 5th best player on the Nuggets. And they desperately need somebody like him that can score and that has a little bit of size and
can play a little defense, shoot the ball,
shoot threes. Yeah, Wiggs was great. He had that one spin move in transition that was just
beautiful.
So good.
He also didn't he sign a contract with not New Balance? Who was
Under Armour?
Under Armour.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know anything of what that means, but
good for him.
Because some of it's like tied to leading an AAU squad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
a little bit of money for Wiggs.
Good for Wiggs.
Good for Wiggs.
He had 2 drives, really aggressive drives where he was run off the 3-point line. And the defender, the Nuggets were trying really hard in the first half. I know that they looked pretty bad in the second half, but that first half they were giving 100% effort, I felt like. And they just couldn't keep up with us. And Wiggins was such a good example of that.
I think they were. But as I was watching it, and Andrew said this as well, is you're watching this game and you're going, the Nuggets are giving all they can in this, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Especially those non-Jokic minutes. They have just not done a great job building this roster.
Like Chet, I think it was also another drive where I think Aaron Gordon is running Chet off the 3-point line, and he's staying in front of Chet, and Chet just keeps, it did look like Durant, by the way. There was this one drive where Chet just keeps Aaron Gordon right on his front right shoulder.
Yeah.
And is driving with his left hand and finishes. I was like, oh my, that was on Aaron Gordon. He just drove Aaron Gordon to the basket from the 3-point line.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's a couple of things. He looked like a much improved rebound.
Yeah.
I think some of that's just from his just general strength that he has now.
Yeah.
And then just the way that he can move around the court with the basketball, with his dribbling, to your credit, Taylor. Good
dribbling.
Better at dribbling this time around for Chet. He was unreal. I mean, really just like the tandem and on like lottery night or even on the draft night, you had like dreams of what Shea would look like with a big like this, that can space the floor, that can, drive to the hoop, that can pass, that can defend, that can do all this stuff. And we're starting to, and what's crazy about this, it's like we're only scratching the surface of what these two are and really what these three are with J-Dub. As like a trio, we're like barely scratching the surface of what they're going to be. Like they're not even in their primes yet together.
Yeah.
Like this looked great. And this is where it's hard for me to temper any expectations over the course of the next like 3 or 4 years, is that this is going to get better.
I mean, even this game, imagine what this game would have looked like if you got a normal J-Dub game.
Yeah, I mean, they would have scored 120 points, and they would have blown them out even more. I mean, the Thunder didn't play a great offensive game. I thought they made the right plays.
Yeah,
they just missed a lot of shots.
Yeah, and I think one of the larger conversations that was happening leading up to is what does the 3-point, how many 3-pointers are they shooting? If you look at it, any of these abnormal to you? Dub shot 8.
It's great.
2 of them.
It's great.
It's probably where you want him.
Yeah, definitely.
6 for Shea, 6 for Joe.
6 for Shea is great.
Yeah. And
he's good at dribbling and he's good at taking threes.
He hit one of those that was like at the very beginning of a possession.
Yeah, transition pull up.
Gosh,
it was the start of
beautiful.
it was the start of the second half. It was the first shot of the second half for the Thunder.
Yeah, it was a little bit jarring.
Yeah.
It was just like, it's not what you really expect.
Stan Van called it out too, where he's like, whoa, you don't really see him just dribble up to the 3 and pull up straight away.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Sunday night, the Chicago Bulls come to town for the home. Is that not right?
They play Chicago Saturday. They play the Hawks on Sunday.
So they're going to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, either one, pain. Like it's going to be bad.
You're predicting pain
for the Bulls and the Hawks.
Oh. I was like, wait, what is happening here?
I'm just saying
they're going to beat Giddy up.
I mean,
real physical pain.
They're going to target Giddy.
Yeah, it's going to be weird.
It's going to be weird.
That's going to be weird.
It's going to be weird.
I can't wait.
What other thoughts you got?
Honestly, I cannot wait.
It's just so nice that we were number 1 last year in the West, and then we made moves to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even know we only know now what it's like to add Caruso because Hartenstein is hurt. And so we don't even know really what the full look of this team is going to be yet. And that's very exciting.
It is.
That's a good point. I mean, this is not the full-fledged Thunder yet. I mean, they didn't have any of their real backup bigs.
Kenrich.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 guys that you could say could be a part of the rotation that weren't there last night. And, playing against a team that we thought, okay, they kind of need bigger bodies.
It's one of the teams that you're like, how are they going to match up against the Nuggets?
Yeah.
Jokic is the problem. Oh, let's get Hartenstein because when he comes in, he's going to really help it.
Yeah.
So didn't actually need him in game 1.
Yeah. And he would have helped on the boards, certainly. There were points where they struggled with rebounding, but that's this team though. We know that this team in this version, which we saw all of last season, is
Yep.
going to struggle with rebounding. But they have that other level to go to. Bringing him off the bench. It is wild to think about, like what they're going to be as this season evolves.
Is it fair to say the Thunder kind of have the Nuggets number?
I mean, they have beat them. I think this is the 4th time in a row they beat them in Denver.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's pretty impressive.
It's pretty impressive.
This is that because
Oh, we know.
that's pretty good.
2 years removed from being
Pretty
the
good.
champs.
Yeah, that feels pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's especially since it's a team that, people would tell you the Thunder shouldn't match up necessarily well with because of their lack of size. You know? But
In your brain, you're like, oh, well, they're going to give us trouble. But that's not the case.
they've really forced the Nuggets to shift the way they played. Like you look last night, not that they have many other options, but the backup big for the Nuggets is Dario Saric,
Yep.
which they kept saying Saric. They pronounce a lot of names a little bit weird.
I think it is Saric.
Is it Saric? They also said a lot of Hartenstein. So that's what I was like, do y'all just have like a...
I think you can say Stein. I think that the correct way to say it is Stein.
Yeah, the
But-
German way. Like
but-
Schlecht.
Yeah. But you can say it's Stein.
Slecht.
Just don't say Steen.
Can we just say Slecht?
No, please don't.
So he has a SC.
Select.
He has a SCH.
Yeah.
Stein doesn't have a CH.
No,
true.
but it's... Yeah.
So think about it.
Just don't say Steen.
Just take a
That's all.
second and think.
Who would say Steen?
Wendy has been saying Steen. Did you not hear that? On it, he said, "I got guidance from the Thunder on this one. It's Hartenstein."
Oh,
He said that?
He did, which is like, listen,
You
we
did
all
not-
know
You did not read.
it's a bad look. It's a bad.
Bad look.
It's a bad look.
You don't
Especially-
want to be a Steen.
especially the Thunder fans. Don't be a
What?
Steen.
Don't be a Steen these days.
What did you know? I'm wondering if I can't even remember his name. Tumbleson,
Mhm.
just trolling Wendy. Yeah. It's Steen.
Oh, it's Steen. Don't worry about it.
That's
Steen.
who's shy.
It's also
Steen.
Shea Gilgis.
Shagil
Shy Gilgis.
Shea Gilgis.
Yeah, we can't say that. That's our own.
Hey, what
guy.
did you guys think of the AJ Mitchell minutes? I was surprised.
They
to
were
see
real.
Him,
Yeah.
surprised to see him play. Excited to see him play. So excited that when I saw him on the court, I just wrote A and then J Mitchell minutes and tweeted it, and then got some responses pretty quickly that it was wrong. I spelled it wrong,
Yep,
which is
you did.
sad because AJ is a great speller, and for me to misspell his name,
What is it? AJY?
AJAY.
His actual name is AJ. It's not initials.
Oh, wow.
It's what people would say, like if you were going to look at me and be like, there is a J.
J.
Yeah.
AJ. Yeah.
Hey,
But do
AJ.
people do that?
A wild J appeared.
Not one person. My name, I've said this before, probably is everybody thinks it's short for something. Was it just J? I'm like, yeah,
Not the letter.
not even the letter, but it's
Yep.
not Jason. It's not
Jay Bird.
Jacob, it's not
Like the bird.
AJ. AJ's cool.
Yeah.
He's
Cool. They're good at dribbling, and AJ's cool.
I'm trying to think of a comp for him. He's just, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing I like about AJ is he
Struggled last night, though, I think was what you were getting to. I was excited to see him.
didn't score well,
No.
but
No.
I thought he played within the
looked-
flow of the game.
He looked like he belonged.
yeah, he played good defense.
Yeah,
I was
fine.
really bummed I didn't see any good Dylan Jones minutes, but
Yeah. No Dylan. I mean, basically no Dylan Jones minutes.
Hmm.
No Dukas minutes.
I did not remember that he was actually going to be on the bench.
You forgot about Dukas, 2-way contract Dukas.
Yeah, I did
That's a
not
shame.
realize he'd be there. Topich was there too.
Dukas Pukas.
Yeah. Shout out to Topich. Topich made the intro.
Yeah, of course he did. He should have.
Yeah, I made a requirement. I had to really hold myself back from asking him to say Airbud.
No, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
It's a good.
Why?
development.
Why did you hold yourself back?
I don't know.
You could.
He's 17. Him and Oos
Yeah.
still minors.
Dukas.
Pukas.
Anything else from this game that stuck out to you guys before we move on?
We rock. We're the best team. I did have a question. So
You think Chet's leading the MVP voting right now?
It's probably Tatum. I would say.
Yeah,
Tatum does look great.
yeah, but the amount of hate around Tatum.
Hate him.
Hate him. What were you saying, Tayshawn?
I was gonna say we're the best team ever. We rock. We laid the smackdown on the Nuggets.
Yeah.
What is and we have, we beat them 4 times at home. What is the type of team that this OKC team is going to struggle with this year, do we think?
Probably just a team called the Celtics, I would say.
The Celtics. Do you think they're going to struggle against Dallas again?
Listen, I wouldn't say that they struggled against Dallas.
How can you not say that?
I just wouldn't say that. I know that a lot of people...
They lost.
They did. But when you... Listen, they defended Luka and Kyrie better than anybody else in the entire playoffs.
Yeah.
They were literally, with points, they tied. They scored the exact same amount of points in that series. And it came down to like little things on the margins between the Mavericks and the Thunder. It came down to PJ Washington having the series of his life.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And I think they actually defended them perfectly. They just counted on PJ Washington to be PJ Washington. And he was somehow Klay Thompson.
Ray Allen, yeah.
Or Ray Allen, or whoever you want to say. He was unbelievable. And that was the difference in the series. And so I don't think they struggled against the Mavericks.
Okay.
I think if PJ plays the way that he normally does, or if he just shot 36% from 3 in that series, I think the Thunder win the series and go to the Western Conference Finals. So I do not think that they struggled against the Mavericks.
Okay.
I think that they had some growing pains because they are young and hadn't had a playoff run yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say they struggled against the Mavericks.
Are your children leaving or going somewhere? Somebody just walked that way.
Well, it's later in the day.
Oh, it's like I'm so thrown off. Not to mention the fact that like driving here, traffic is so different this late in the day.
Mm-hmm. There's actual traffic
this late in the day,
late in the morning.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to award our belt of the week.
That goes to me.
So the belt,
Luke Tayshaun was wrapped up in it last week.
I saw
this week.
I was rubbing it.
The belt goes to Jay.
What?
Oh,
Jay,
you won your pick.
Jay predicted
Congratulations.
Jay predicted a Thunder win and a win for the Timberwolves over the Kings, which was in flux. I will say,
looks good. You can kind of tell it's the first time you ever held one of those.
Yeah,
I was gonna put it over my head.
Almost didn't happen, but they pulled it off. You got the win. I predicted that the Nuggets.
Give him his camera. Give him his camera.
I predicted that the Nuggets would win.
There you go.
And I predicted that the Bucks would beat the Sixers.
Looks good on you.
Taylor picked the Thunder, and if he would have just not picked the Spurs over the Mavs, he would have won.
Yeah, I always do
Which is
stuff
such a
like
bad
that. I know. I always do stuff like that.
Yeah, that was a rough one. Okay,
Klay Thompson played really well.
He did play.
And when I drafted him in fantasy, someone, Alex Spears, said yuck.
Oh, is that what he was saying yuck about?
He said, I took it as offense to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you should. Alex,
who's looking yuck now?
Which camera are you looking at?
I don't know. All of them? Who's looking yuck? Who's looking yuck now?
Yeah, who's looking yuck now,
Who's
yuck
looking
boy?
Who's looking yuck now?
Yeah, yuck boy.
God. Y'all okay?
No.
Pretty angry.
Okay, so let's predict the.
Feels good, doesn't it? It feels good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's got some weight to it.
Got some
Yeah.
thickness.
Yeah, it does.
It feels real good.
Some nutrition.
That feels real good. Okay, let's talk about the upcoming schedule for the Thunder and see who could have the belt next week.
Okay, let's
So they are Saturday in Chicago. Where are we at, boys?
Win 22.
Okay. Win by 22.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to say win by 15.
Okay.
I'm gonna go under those two. I'm gonna say win by 11.
Okay. Win by 11.
Or even
I will say the Thunder will beat Chicago by 27.
Okay.
what's the spread on that? I don't think it's come out yet.
The Atlanta Hawks on Sunday for home opener against Atlanta.
I blacked out what happened.
Jay.
Thunder by 16.
Okay, Taylor.
Home opener, bro. That place is gonna be
Rocking.
Thunder by.
What did I say?
You said 16. I'm gonna go 12.
Okay, Elman.
I'm gonna go 8.
Oh,
But it's still gonna be. We're still gonna beat them. But at the end, they're gonna
little
get.
junk
It's
minutes.
gonna. Yeah,
I think
it's
that
gonna
makes
get closer than. It's not gonna look like
Yeah.
we beat them as much.
I feel
Bad as we
that.
beat them.
Oh, that's a good strat.
Okay, I'll say 21.
Damn,
21,
Andrew.
21.
Damn.
San Antonio, Wednesday. On ESPN, by the way. Chet Wimby, which, by the way, Wimby didn't look great last night. So shout out to Wimby. Okay. This is the final game. Wednesday night. Jay.
Thunder by 14.
Thunder by 7.
Okay.
I think the Thunder want to put it on the Spurs.
Oh, I think they want to put it on them.
Put it on them. Is that home?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Put it on them.
8:30 tip.
I'm gonna go Thunder by 10.
Thunder by 10. Okay.
He's about to do Thunder by 45.
I'll say Thunder by I'll say Thunder by 13.
Okay.
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 So we all have them undefeated. Let's go with a
Yeah, and not just undefeated, but like
Destroying.
one
They're
by a
gonna
total
be
margin of 14 points.
How am I
yeah, they're going to be 4-0 by next week with an average win margin of 18 points.
How could I watch them last night and not feel this way?
I know.
Okay, so everybody picks another game from the upcoming schedule. Let's
Okay.
see. Let's go
national games.
Let's go TNT national games for next Thursday.
Okay.
Halloween spooky. We all have to pick a different game.
Wait, there aren't TNT games next Thursday, so you want to go Tuesday?
Yes, there are. Yes, there are. Okay, Milwaukee, Memphis. I'll pick Memphis to beat Milwaukee.
Mine says NBA TV.
Huh?
Oh yeah, that is on NBA TV.
That's NBA TV.
What did I say?
TNT.
Oh, I just assumed. Yeah, NBA TV.
That's the appropriate assumption.
Well,
I'll say Memphis.
I had the appropriate answer.
Memphis by 5.
I'm gonna hop on Houston, Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas by 20.
Oh, I like
yeah.
that one.
F you,
The hate
Houston.
flows strong.
I'm gonna go Suns Clippers. I'm gonna go Suns by 18.
What?
Okay.
You don't want that. You don't want that belt.
I want the belt, and I want it with a big
Okay, so
win.
we've got Spurs Jazz. Gross.
That's what you have to.
I know. I
That's what
feel
you
like
have to
I
do.
have to choose that
That's why
one.
you got to jump on him early.
I'm going to take the Spurs by 4.
Wow. Okay.
11.
Wow.
Tune in next time to see who gets to hold this heavy belt for the whole podcast.
Yay!
I want it.
Okay.
I want it.
Let's take a quick break, and after that, we will go to Tayshawn.
Put the beltus on my pelvis.
Put the beltus on my peltus.
John's back toy bigger inventory.
No, I got the whole thing. Yes. Of course. Hey, I'm Tayshawn. This is my Victory Dictory. My story comes from People Magazine.
Oh.
Trusted.
Wow.
LeBron James and son Bronny James hit with lawsuit over alleged 2022 car crash just before historic NBA game. All right. Basically, someone's suing LeBron because they got in a car crash and insurance didn't give them enough money. And they're like, LeBron's a billionaire. We should get more money. And so they're suing them.
Because he filled his son's car with Fruity Pebbles.
I don't know how they're. No, this car crash is from 2022.
It feels like a distraction.
Were Fruity Pebbles involved?
I don't know. But how are you suing both Bronny and LeBron? They couldn't both be driving. It's just it's money grab, right? But I guess I wanted to bring this up because it's People Magazine. We have to bring up every People Magazine story.
Yeah.
Well, it's like if that. Well, I don't think. Well, I I don't think that's going to go anywhere.
Yeah,
Like,
let's say
isn't that why? Isn't that why you have insurance?
Yes.
And like, it doesn't matter who's driving. It's like that you would be suing if you didn't get enough money from the
In the
insurance.
insurance
You would sue the insurance company,
Yeah.
which it sounds like you already had your chance to. But
This is a non-story.
it doesn't. Sound
Non-story, but I
Speaking of-
wanted to
speaking of
ask.
Someone's just trying to rain on their parade. Saw their son
Speaking
duo.
of lawsuits, though,
Clippers.
pretty substantial one.
Clippers.
Mhm.
Clippers.
Clipper.
Also, shout out to the Intuit Dome. Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
That was really neat.
I'm into it.
It's so good.
That's neat.
I'm gonna try to go to a game out there. You want to go?
You are not.
We'll
Very
drive.
much.
Did you see?
Very much
Did
want
you
to
see
go.
who Durant compared it to? What Durant compared
Yeah.
it to? What playing felt
The old
like?
Gallagher Iba.
Gallagher Iba.
Yeah.
It's wild.
We were there at that
Wow.
game.
I wasn't there.
Were you not there?
No.
Seriously?
No.
Was it the game that him and iMac just went back and forth?
It wasn't iMac. It was Mario Bogan.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Weren't they the same player?
How dare you?
They were both very. I'm
Oh,
McFarland's-
I'm just an OU fan. There's only
Hey, I like
guys
OSU basketball. I've always liked OSU basketball.
Yeah, I can
have.
tell. I can tell.
I don't know all the players. Joey Graham,
I bet you don't like him.
he played. John
Jo-
Lucas, Daniel Bobick.
Tony
Daniel Bobick.
Allen.
I'll go through a whole list of them.
Big country.
Mario Bogans.
Mario Bogan.
Single Bogan.
Dang it.
Hey, this isn't over. I wanted to ask you guys about car wrecks. Have you guys gotten in car crashes? Anything notable? Anything substantial?
Well, I got
Anything funny?
Got rear-ended my junior year of high school. That's about it.
I rear-ended somebody once. It was awful. It was Luke. No. And then one time, I think I've shared the story where my son opened the door of my
Amazing.
car.
Oh
and it
yeah.
got ripped off. And then
But isn't that in the garage?
no, that was two different stories. And then I had I was trying to be funny with my wife.
Doesn't think I'm funny.
Trying to be funny.
Her uncle passed away. No. I rewatched that so many times, like, golly.
It was so good.
And you were so happy that it was like you baited me into it.
I knew that when I said it,
I knew it.
that I knew what was going to
saw
happen.
it coming from a mile away.
I was
felt
like,
bad. I wish Luke was here. He would have been with me.
I saw. It
I guess
coming
I
from
could
a
have
mile
chosen
away.
to not say my wife,
Yeah.
but
No, that was the right decision.
But
You made the right choice.
Anyway, I was trying to be funny and backed out of my garage and ripped the door, like Tommy Boy style. Both times. Two different times. Same thing.
2 times.
One time in my garage, one time my son opened it up into another car.
did you yell, "What'd you do"?
What'd you do? No, gosh, I love that movie, man.
Did you put on a really little coat?
That movie hold up?
I don't know. I honestly
Yeah.
don't want to watch it because I don't want to know if it
Yeah.
does.
My
it does.
family rewatched Son-in-Law a couple weeks ago. Pauly Shore held up. Funny.
Son-in-law.
Did y'all not watch Pauly
Yeah,
Shore?
I mean, yes, I did.
Encino Man?
Absolutely,
Woo.
I did. Yeah.
We
I
had
just
this,
haven't
like,
thought about
grandiose-
Son-in-Law
We had this
in a long
grandiose
time.
plan to like go through all of Pauly Shore's, like all of his movies.
Biodome.
Biodome. I don't know any other ones.
Was
Those two.
Pauly Shore in Biodome?
Yes.
He was Biodome.
Yes.
Wait, who
He
was
plays
it?
the
Pauly
actual
Shore
dome.
and who?
One of
Yeah,
the
one of the-
Baldwins.
yeah,
Stephen
one of-
Baldwin.
Yeah, one of the Baldwins. Yeah.
It's actually
Oh
the
yeah,
Baldwin
yeah.
whose daughter is married to Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Oh, Haley.
That's his daughter.
Haley.
Parlor.
Oh, Haley. Okay, that's Deshaun.
I'm telling you, I don't know what energy I put off this morning, Jay, but I am some beta ass energy. 'Cause I'm getting roasted all
It
morning.
really is true. It really is.
I don't
so
know.
true.
I don't know what it is. I must have slept too comfy.
Yo, it's time for a quick deep dive. Last night when I was watching the game, you know what? Had the soundtrack to the game. I turned down the
Space Jam?
turned down the volume and put on a record I got yesterday.
Ooh.
It's the American Football Covers album.
Ugh.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Did you listen to it? Have you listened to all of it?
I haven't listened
I've
to
listened,
all
I
of
just
it.
listened to like the first two that they put out.
It's good. It's good. And do you guys? I really like that type of thing where it's like a band is having several bands remake their album.
Yeah,
That's because you guys grew up in the what is it? The punk goes pop era.
I mean,
We definitely did.
yeah, there was a little bit of that. But what other ones like that can you name where a band has someone do their full album remade by other bands? Because I can only name 2 others, but I like it when it happens, and I want to know if there are more.
All I know is the Taylor Swift one.
I know Taylor Swift, Ryan
Ryan
Adams,
Adams.
when he did
Rest in
1989.
peace, Ryan Adams.
And then second, Stars did it with their Set Yourself on Fire album. And it's called Do You Trust Your Friends? And it's phenomenal. But
Who's on that one? I haven't heard that one.
oh, it's really good. It's very, very, very good.
I'll have to look
And
that
if you
one up.
like that Set Yourself on Fire,
Oh, yeah, of course
it's
I do.
highly recommended.
Yeah.
It's very good. But those are the only 3 I can think about. And if people are listening and they know others, not like Pop Goes Punk, Pop Goes Acoustic, whatever, where they're just doing like the remakes of individual songs, I want a whole album where they have remade the entire album. Those are the only 3 I can think of. And so I want more. So if
I
you
don't
know
know.
them,
I always have had such a hard time with covers. I don't know.
I
I
love
don't love
Flaming,
covers.
Flaming Lips covered The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, but that's not something people
Yeah.
really probably jump
No.
at that.
So like on
I'll
this,
count it.
on this like Iron and Wine is on this.
Iron and Wine is going to be the headliner, but
What's the best one? I haven't listened to all of it yet. Manchester Orchestra did
the one, okay, the best one on it, in my opinion, is the Honestly. Is
Oh,
by
really?
the Novo Amor Lo Summer, and these are not bands. But besides Iron and Wine, I'm not familiar with any of them.
Mhm.
Huh.
So, and that is similar to when I first listened to the Stars one. It's not people that I'm familiar with, but it's people that the band obviously knows and likes enough
Yeah.
to trust to do it. But I want to know if there's more of that, and if not, there should be.
Listen, the first album of that kind that I remember is definitely Kids Bop.
Yeah, Kids Bop.
Kids Bop.
I don't know what that is.
They do a good job. Good job.
The Boys.
Boys
Is that
are-
like, are you talking about like the kids' versions of all the songs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They do it.
They cover.
but they don't do a full-
They cover all the hits.
I'm
But they-
assuming
all
you're
of
not
them.
putting those on the
I'm not
old,
putting those on the
record
list.
player.
I'm not putting those on the list because it's not.
There's
the
not
full-
really, like I just went through that. It's kind of
No, they cover all the hits.
top to bottom.
They do remake.
And they
some,
changed some of the
they
lyrics
changed
just
bad-
to make it a little more
They changed bad
child-friendly.
words.
It's amazing.
which is
Yeah.
funny. when
Yeah,
they do
it's
it.
it's good.
How much would you pay for a kids Bob album that wasn't edited?
Kids are saying. kids are
I'd
saying
listen to
cuss
that.
words.
I'd listen to that.
That's like a good SNL bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's
All
a good
right.
SNL
That's
bit.
my deep dive. Final questions.
Let's go to some Twitter questions.
Twitter questions. You got questions and you ask them on Twitter. Now we answer them for you. This is Twitter questions. So let's get down to it.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Hit me with the Jimmy.
Hit me with the Jimmy.
Jimmy.
All right, our first Twitter question comes from @MedicineClam, who wants to know, what did you yell during that block dunk sequence?
Booyah! We rock!
Oh no. I like
Raise the roof!
I think I went into like fight or flight mode. Fight, flight, or freeze mode. I definitely just froze. Just like watching.
I did the, the thing that's like where it's the thing of the guy sitting there and he's laying back, but then he sits forward. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Yeah, lean forward. Yeah,
that's what I did. I just
I actually
leaned forward.
missed it.
that's a man's jam.
I missed it.
Yeah,
I watched the block.
That's a man's jam.
that's what he says. That's like one of his like calls. Is that's a man's jam.
Who's that? Is that Iron Eagle?
Yeah.
I watched the block and then I like got distracted for like 1 second, and I had the volume down. I was having a conversation with the person I'm married to, and she was out talking to me, and I was like, I had the volume down, so I missed the volume, like I missed the call, so I had to replay it. And, that's a man's jam. That's what I said.
That's
No, I said nothing. I sat there and just silence
I
going.
said nothing.
Are we the greatest team that's ever been put together?
Yeah, we're the best team.
Yeah. I mean, thoughts go through your head already that's like, is this the best Thunder team ever?
Yes.
Is this the best
One game in, declaring it. No, you can't say that until they win the championship.
Hey guys, let's go to our next Twitter question.
Put it on his head, young man.
But it's cooler if you say it before they win the championship.
It's true. Calling it.
Yeah, dude. I like the roster construction more than any team before.
Okay.
I like
Strong.
I like the roster construction.
The use of CBA rules to construct this roster may be better than any.
I said, booyah! Booyah!
Booyah! Put it on his head, young man.
All
Chet
right.
was hyped.
We rock.
Yeah, he was hyped.
He was screaming.
He was hyped.
Yeah.
Let's go to our next Twitter question. It comes from @HippoDresser, who wants to know, is Mooding responsible for Oos playing with confidence?
I
Has to
think
be.
so. I think so.
The
He's a
confidence in which Mooding bites his trainer's knee,
Mm-hmm.
that's the confidence Oos had last night. Just
You know what I love about Mooding?
everything.
Everything, but it's like he doesn't even know how cute he is.
Oh no. You know Mooding's gonna grow up though into like a full size.
No, he's
Also,
a pygmy
Mooding's
hippo.
I think it's a
Oh,
pygmy hippo.
he's pygmy hippo. He don't get so big.
Yeah, but like his mother, he gets the size of his mother.
Yeah.
She gets the size. I think Mooding's a female.
I do believe so.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna get the size of her mother, which is like 5 to 12 times bigger than she is currently. I don't know. She's great. I'll take a pygmy hippo. I want one.
Hippos are scary.
In real life, they are.
But are pygmy hippos scary? They don't, because the trainers are in there
I'll punch a
by
pygmy
the
hippo.
mom.
I'm talking about big hippos.
Big hippos.
big
are
hippos-
scary.
big hippos kill
I'm talking about big
They'll
hippos.
Big
kill you.
hippos kill some people.
Yeah.
I think
They
big
just, like,
hippos.
throttle crocodiles. They do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
man.
I think the hippos are responsible for more human deaths than crocodiles.
Yeah. It's kind of like bison. People talk about that with bison at Yellowstone. But they kill more people than bears.
I don't think that
Really?
I've never heard
It's
of
'cause people are
anyone
dumb.
being killed
Yeah.
by a pygmy hippo. though.
No.
It's
It's
like-
Mooding could never.
It's like, how many people have you been killed by like a pony?
Is there anything that's united the world more than Mooding?
More than Mooting.
No.
No, I can't think of a single country.
We need Mooding right now.
We do.
I would say
If you're a smart presidential candidate,
You're gonna be on Mooding's
I would
podcast.
say
yeah.
close
right.
to Mooding, but different is
No, never mind. Did you see Theo Vaughn has just like grown on me?
He
He's
keeps
so
saying
funny.
this.
too.
He
Yeah.
kee's saying this. This is like your guy.
he was just in Oklahoma City.
Did
Just
you-
missed him.
I know. Did you hear him? He was interviewing JD.
When he's talking to JD Vance and says,
He's
"You
like, "Man,
can't,
even
do cocaine
here
in
anymore."
America."
Like, oh my gosh, this is
It's-
amazing.
It's crazy that he is interviewing serious people, and he is not changing what he's talking about at
No,
all.
no,
He would be
that's
saying that if it
hilarious.
was any other person he's talking to. It's
true.
It is funny. He just came to Oklahoma
I
City,
know,
and
I know.
and I wanted to go, but missed.
It's hard to do comedy shows at Paycom. It's just giant. I like smaller venues for comedians.
Who is it that
You should have liked him
is-
3 years ago then.
I know.
Mhm. More than that.
He
Like
did
I
the
saw him
Tower-
at
he did Tower
Canes.
Theater at some point.
Someone's. I think he did Criterion. I think he's.
Is that what it was? That may have been it.
I thought so.
Criterion would be better.
Hannibal.
Hannibal
he's
Buress.
coming to
He's
Tower.
coming to Tower in December. I've
Let's
seen.
go.
I'm not
Let's
gonna
do
Last
it.
time I saw him, he was like at the fairgrounds at like an even smaller venue. Hilarious.
Was it the one that has like the blue globe thing? That's where I saw Rob Delaney.
Well, I don't think so, but I don't know.
Wow.
It was one I've never.
7
I've
years
never
ago. It's
heard
crazy.
it
Wow.
having.
Wow, 11.
Wow.
I've never heard of it having shows ever before. It was just like a random.
Yeah,
like,
I've never been there.
Yeah.
I drive by it. I drive by it.
it was.
I drive by it.
Hey,
I got right.
let's go to our next Twitter question, and then
Real beta energy over here.
and then
bro.
I have
drive by it.
It's just because Andrew's on this alpha kick.
I know, Andrew. You do have what's
Ready
going
to kill
on?
Everybody.
Well, I don't know. You do feel more aggressive.
It's because he's more used to the cameras, and he has some more control over what people see. He knows Puppet Master.
He's got the power.
Oh,
Puppet Master, and you? You're just on some strings.
I am on some strings. I'll accept it.
All right, our next.
I've been in like producer mode, like mega producer mode, where I'm like telling people what to do.
But on those podcasts, you can't call them out on the podcast. In this one, you're free to do whatever, and you know that we still love you and adore you.
I'll call people out.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you don't treat freaking Dave DeFore like you treat us.
Yeah, you freaking monster.
I'll stop the pod. I'll stop it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, that sucked, bro. Start over.
I didn't say that, but
that's production.
We have
production
yeah,
101.
We'll stop. We do retake.
I had one of those moments that I still like cringe at myself about. I had this moment on our podcast. It would have been 2016. I had this great monologue off the cuff on KD.
Yeah.
Whenever he left. And so I was like, hey, maybe my bit, because you have Tayshawn's and Luke's deep dive, maybe my bit will be like Jay riffs on something. And I tried to do it, and I tried to like pre-write it like Alex does. And it was so bad that we stopped the podcast, and like, bro, that was not very good. I don't remember that at all. I do. I only think about it every single time that we get together. But
I have no recollection of that.
Good. I'm
You
glad.
don't need to write
I
your
pulled out
stuff
that
though.
Men in Black, like, boop, boop.
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
That's like when you're, sometimes when you're laying in bed, it's like, oh, before I go to sleep, I want to think about like
the most embarrassing moment
like
of your
every
life.
embarrassing thing I've ever done in my life. Like no one else remembers that.
Yeah,
I do.
Like
so
I don't
true.
remember other people.
Isn't that wild? That's probably
But you're
good
remembering
news.
your own.
Oh yeah.
But you're not remembering others.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't remember like,
yeah.
oh, remember that time Taylor did that thing? Like
I go back.
I've never done that.
I remember
I can't
Taylor's.
sleep. I keep thinking about other people's embarrassing moments.
but it's like
You're right.
you've probably like
All
you've
of
been
our-
holding this in for
all of our
8
arguments.
years. You've been holding this in for
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah.
But then
we just want to say you're free, brother.
let it go.
That's
because I couldn't
You're
tell
free,
you
just
dude.
let it go, Jay. That's
because you were telling that story and I was like, I must not have been there.
Raise it up, dude.
Yeah.
You're free.
you're free, Jay.
There's also a chance you weren't there. That was
It's
maybe during the
possible.
karaoke phase.
You never know. No. I know
No,
what
no,
the
no.
karaoke phase.
That's one of the secrets of life, though, is that nobody thinks about you.
Yep.
That's true.
That feels
It's
good,
so
doesn't it?
true.
It's
I
true.
know.
Really, no
You
one
assume
thinks
people are thinking about you way more than they are.
Yeah.
Just think about how much you think about yourself. Everyone thinks about.
I think
themselves.
about you guys a lot, though.
Not as much as
Not as
you.
much as we think people think about it.
Thanks,
Right.
dude.
No, I don't think about the bad parts of you guys. I just am grateful for you all.
Unless I'm mad.
Wow.
I'm thinking about all you guys' best parts,
Unless it's about AI.
Hey,
No, man.
best
Listen,
body parts.
It's you push through the good and the bad. It's fast
let's go.
life.
Let's go round robin. What's everyone's best body parts?
Calves, my calves.
No, you have to say it for someone else.
Hey, just chalk this one up on my moments.
Jay, you
In
know
5
what
years,
you're
you'll be like, you remember the time I talked about my calves? No.
No, I'm glad that you said that because I prepared a speech about your body parts. Hold
Jay,
on.
this is
Jay, your calves are
Jay, your bit on this podcast is passion, brother, and that's why you don't
brother.
have a segment set out because it's whenever the passion
I want to
hits,
rip my shirt off.
you rip.
It's true.
You let it rip, brother,
Let it rip, brother.
You rip.
and you're free. You are set free.
Next TQ.
Hey, next GQ, and I gotta go. It
Oh, man, hey,
comes from
Huge shout out to the Luke, man,
hell yeah.
for,
The Luke,
for being
man.
flexible. Luke has to get to Stillwater, to the Payne Courthouse, to do his job.
That's right.
And yet
I'm here.
he
I'm
sacrificed some time to be here so we could go a
Hey.
little bit later.
His job is also setting people free.
Just
Hey guys, let's go to our next Twitter question. It comes from that Benevolent King. He says, "Thinking back, were we excited enough at the lottery party when OKC got the second pick?"
I don't know how we would have been more excited.
We were
were
so
very
excited,
excited.
but however, I look back and think we could have done more.
I mean, like shot off fireworks.
Yeah, I think people could have just moved 12% more than they did.
Dude, that was a lot of fun.
It was so fun.
That's a top 5 down to dunk moment.
It was a great moment. It was a great moment.
Yeah, but you want it, but it could have been better.
It could have been
Could
better.
have been better.
Hey guys, see you later.
See you later.
See you later.
All right,
See you later, dude.
Hey, Layler. See you, Luke.
Layler, bro.
Thinking about you
I'll be thinking about you.
and all your embarrassing moments.
Thank you.
I'll go to sleep thinking about all the embarrassing things you've ever done. Okay. Are you guys miffed and are you guys paid?
Miffed and peeved.
You know, the bad thing and the good thing about Luke is that he has no shame. So he's never embarrassed about anything he does.
Yeah. I mean, that's not true, but.
Oh, but it seems like it.
It seems true.
It definitely seems true. Am I miffed and peeved? No, I can't. We're all on cloud 9 this morning after that game last night.
I mean, we've got a ton of people in the stream this morning. I mean, it tells you where the Thunder fan base is. I mean, it is wild to see this many people in the stream this early. So, I mean,
I'll say this too. We have big dog shirts on deck. I know this summer it was kind of lacking, but we're back in full business. Full business, big dog shirts available now.
Wow. Listen, Jay, I'm not going to bring this up because I'm not miffed at you. I'm miffed at my situation.
You should be, man.
I'm miffed at my
still
situation.
Feel terrible.
I'm miffed at my situation.
I screwed Andrew.
What happened?
Oh, the basketball court thing, huh?
Yes.
Oh no.
We got double booked. And
I was so hyped.
And now
I was like, this is awesome. I get to hook my friend up. And then it's like, I got a text from my buddy. So here's the story. Last week, Andrew and I were talking about he coaches multiple basketball teams for his kids. And I was like, the gym at our church is open on Mondays from like 5:30 to 7. We're like, perfect, dude. You can have it. Like, I'll put your name on the calendar. I did. I got in there Monday.
I got an email.
I checked the calendar, went through it, sent an email. Hey, here's Andrew. Make sure that we communicate with him. And then later that day, my facilities guy sends me a text. He's like, hey, somebody is in the gym on Mondays already from 5:30 to 7, starting the next week after I put it on the calendar. And it's like, she's one of my really good friends, but she's also like the chair of our board. It's her family that's renting it for their teams. I'm going to talk to them tonight and say, hey, like, are you really using it? Because that's what I also had to do is like, we had a group that was using it for like 3 hours on Sunday, but they're like, no, we're not there on Sundays. All that to say, I had to tell Andrew after I'm assuming he was like, hey, all of my problems are fixed.
Yeah. Sent out texts to both teams.
Damn. How could you do that to him?
I felt bad all week.
Yeah.
I felt like there's been animosity on the podcast. I think about you guys a lot, you know?
I know you felt bad all week. I just want you to carry this. What I said earlier about you being free, I take it back. I want you to carry this shame
I know.
another month at least.
I will.
Okay?
I'm going to carry it till the season's over.
And I want you to take it out on your closest loved ones.
With that said, I'm going to look into this camera. If you have access to a basketball court in the Edmond or Oklahoma City area, please contact me. DTDpodcast@gmail.com. I need help because I cannot find a place for us to practice. So please get with us today about a basketball gym to practice in, please.
What's this?
What is this? Oh, that's the lottery party. It was wild.
Yeah, they were pretty happy. I don't think I was there for the lottery party.
You weren't?
I wasn't there for the lottery party.
You really weren't?
No, I was out of town. I was there for the draft, but
the
not
best
the
part
lottery.
about it is it was just progressively more hype.
And all we wanted was top 3. Remember? Like it was just like get us in the top 3. And then when we got the second pick, it was insane. Like,
yeah, you were not there.
And part of what led to the hype is the fact that when we had a chance at 1 and 5, we got only 6 the year prior.
Right.
And that felt so bad because
that was the Giddy draft.
They had lost so many games and then they got like no reward.
Well, but who knows? Like it's always the what if, the butterfly effect. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's just like if they did get Evan Mobley,
then what?
Like what does the next year look like?
Chet is. And Mobley had a really good first game, but Chet is clearly just
Chet. I just told you, MVP of the league,
superior player. Yeah, I mean it's all worked out, and it's funny how we look back at even like the 2021, draft and how it felt so important.
Yeah,
and like it wasn't. Nope. The thing that was important is the 55th pick in the draft, which is Aaron Wiggins, who's the only guy left.
I know. Trey Mann's pretty good though. He had a great first game.
I think Trey is in the perfect spot.
I love
for
him.
him.
Absolutely.
I don't know that Trey would have a role in this team, but I'm really One, because I think like Trey is like such a good person,
Yeah.
like such a nice guy.
Yep.
That he's one of those guys that you want to see succeed. But
It's cool. I'm already starting to see like YouTube clips of it. Does Charlotte have the best backcourt, the most exciting backcourt in the
Did
league?
y'all see LaMelo's
with
post-game
LaMelo and
interview?
Trey?
Oh my gosh, yes, it's so funny.
I have with his family. Like, okay, bro, let it rip. Did you see it?
No.
It is.
He just like unedited a post-game interview on whatever their channel is there, probably FanDuel Sports or something.
Yeah.
He just is like no filter.
It was like
Says
he was
the
talking
F
about
word, talking
he was
about
talking
Kemba's
about
family.
Yeah, talking about Kemba Walker. They're like, we saw you like shake hands with Kemba. You know, he was like, that's my dog. He's like, I F with his family. It's so
and you
funny.
can just feel the lady just like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
thanks, LaMelo.
Dude, he does not care.
I hope the Hornets are like, I hope LaMelo can just play a season.
Yeah.
I know.
It feels like it's been an eternity since he's played
It
a full
was
season.
particularly fun to watch that team beat the Rockets.
Is there anybody else out there that you've watched in the first few games that you've been particularly kind of excited to see, or like you think that they potentially could be better than you thought or worse than you thought? Kind of early, way too early, way too early.
I think the Lakers can be better than I thought they would be.
The Lakers look good.
The Warriors, what do you think about the Warriors?
They played a team where their coach literally said into a microphone after the game, I don't think anyone played well.
Yeah.
So
and that was the game Alex was excited to go
Yeah.
watch.
that Blazers team, like the level of talent that they have to the level of basketball that they play is like so unbalanced.
Yeah.
It is crazy and in the wrong way. It's like the opposite of the way the Thunder were. Because when the Thunder weren't very talented, they always played well. And it was almost irritating because like, no, like do you guys not understand the assignment? It's to lose. And they would somehow win games with like Isaiah Roby.
We made shirts that said too good to tank.
Yeah.
In fact, they weren't too good to tank.
Yeah.
But eventually you just had to start sitting people.
They tanked. But yeah, I mean, it is so bad. Like the Blazers are that in like the opposite way for sure. And as much as this pains me, I would just say like the Clippers looked pretty good against Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that game at all, actually.
I think Phoenix has got some problems. I think Phoenix has some really big problems.
They can't defend.
Dude.
You watch them like target, is it Tyus Jones or whatever the
Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones.
Yeah.
They're targeting him. Like as much as he brings, I didn't even think about this when they added him. I was like, that's a big get for them because they don't have a point guard.
Yeah.
But man, he is a defensive liability.
He's really small.
Yeah. And so they were just targeting him with
Yep.
Harden the whole game.
Yep.
And it gave him some fits. The Clippers are going to be frisky, but they're just one injury away or one subpar month away from being really bad.
Yeah. I think offensively they're gonna struggle more than they did on that night.
Speaking of the Clippers, I like Harden's shoes.
Yeah.
I like Harden's shoes and I like Anthony Edwards' shoes. Those are my favorite shoes right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and
Are you a
Shea's.
shoeman?
I wish I was,
No.
A lot of Thunder guys wear James Harden shoes.
Yeah, they're cool. I think they're great.
Yeah.
I think Ant's shoes are cool too.
My favorite shoes of all time were still Scottie Pippen's Airs, the ones that had Air written on the side of them. And then I also had the Shaq, the ones that were like the black and white.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Spiral.
Oh, that's crazy.
I use those.
I love the foam posits too.
Don't know what that is.
You're an Adidas guy.
I guess I am.
Interesting.
Foam posits aren't Adidas. Foam
I know,
posits
but
are-
I know,
yeah.
but like
You talking about Skechers?
Edwards and
Yeah, I
Harden
think I like
Adidas
their.
guys.
I think I like their stuff right now. It's good.
Yeah.
You're not
Even
the only one,
Donovan
'cause
Mitchell's are cool too.
Nike's struggling, man.
No, they have some sweet shoes. Jason Tatum's shoes are cool.
Yeah.
What's cool about Nike too is a lot of kids are starting to wear the WNBA player shoes. Like guys or like boys.
Yeah.
Would that be like if you had just disposable income to the point of like, I can spend a couple $100 on shoes? Would that be something?
Yeah,
you do?
definitely.
Would you wear them or
Definitely.
you just collect them?
I don't know because I don't think I don't know.
Yeah.
I would wear them to play in.
My son loves shoes. Like,
Yeah.
if we didn't put restrictions on him, I'm pretty sure he would spend all of our money, his money, my
Yeah.
mom's money, all of that on
My
shoes.
boys
Yeah,
are
that's my
are
favorite thing
super
is
into it,
shoes.
too. You've been to the what's the
Yep.
The new Dicks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
No, we
went
haven't been to the
yesterday.
Dicks.
the warehouse. over there by Best Buy.
Yeah. They've had the blimp up all week. Have you seen the blimp?
I've seen the blimp. This isn't that though.
No, this is the the wholesale, like getting rid of stuff. Yeah.
If you want to get shoes, you should go there.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's over there by Best Buy on
Guitar Center,
May Avenue.
Oh yeah.
It's cool.
That's so funny because it's like half a mile from my mom's house, and I'm not sure they've ever gone there.
Yeah, you got to go.
They should go.
Yeah,
there.
I need to send them with my mom to go over there.
They've got a lot of good
Because
stuff.
my mom, it's like it's the quintessential grandmother. Like, oh, cool, this is what you do. Like, we didn't do this. I didn't get any of these things, and she's just like, oh, it's loving on my son. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Jay, let it go, man. I want to free you from that now.
This is my counseling session.
Yeah,
can I lay down on the floor?
Yep.
Yeah, lay down right here.
So, what do you think? What do you think you're gonna expect from some stat lines on Saturday night and Sunday?
Good question.
Listen, my expectation on stat lines on Saturday night.
I'm expecting Dub to come back.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Is that Dub is going to have a much better game on Saturday. I think he's going to play really well against.
I think he's going to go. Here's
Chicago.
my prediction. I'll take the belt back if he does this. 5 of 10 from the 3-point line on Saturday.
Okay,
I think that's fair. I think also like Chicago's just kind of a mess.
And they should be.
So,
like, for the first time in your existence, like, be bad.
Yeah,
get rid of Levine.
Levine played really well.
He did,
and
he looked like T-Mac.
They need to take the opportunity and trade him.
Well, I thought they tried to trade him last year.
They did.
Yeah, but he was not great.
He was also hurt.
Yeah. I don't know who would want him right now. Like, there'd be somebody. But
well, they're gonna want too much for him.
Yeah,
is the problem.
Oh, are they? They gave Caruso away for nothing.
I know, but I don't know what the deal
Sorry
is.
for Giddey.
Maybe they can get Kuminga.
Like, this felt like a major hater moment, and this is what I was going to say earlier. Is I was like, when Oos was just sitting in the corner and you trusted him shooting threes, I was like, I mean, you couldn't really feel that confident with that with Giddey last year.
Giddey had some good games.
He had great games, but and really, like, it's an unfair statement. This is why I didn't say it, because Giddey he needs the ball. Like, that's what he does. He's a point guard.
He's a point guard. Yeah, that needs
like,
to orchestrate.
It just makes more sense for them to have a guy.
Obviously, Giddey's a better player than Usman.
Yes,
but they asked him to do the two things that he's not good at: shoot and defend.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, be a 3-and-D role player.
Okay. You know what I can't do? Either one of those.
Yeah, those are the two worst things about my game. And that's ultimately why it didn't work, especially and it's funny to say it didn't work. They were a +10 as a starting lineup. Like they still, and that shows you like how good this team can be, is that even with like deficiencies, they are still one of the best teams in the league.
It was just the composition of a roster that didn't ultimately fit perfectly. And it feels like they've kind of alleviated that.
Yeah. What And they start. We didn't really touch on this a whole lot, and then we can get out of here. But just the fact that they started Isaiah Joe, and before the game, Mark talked about how all lineups will be fluid, including the starting lineup. And so he said, "Don't take anything away from what happens tonight with the starting lineup."
That's so dumb.
And
Mark is so funny to me, man.
I'm a big fan.
Also,
Mark.
he had a fantastic in between quarter interview early on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you caught the one in between first quarter and second quarter.
I did not catch it.
Oh my gosh, it was like, oh, all right. He's like, we played really good on offense. Our defense was terrible.
Yeah,
it was like, but the way he said it was just really, he's just so smart.
He's the best.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. Have you listened to the Houston pod yet?
No, I will on the way home.
You got to listen to it. He taught. I mean, Josh says that is the best coach of his entire like basketball career.
Yeah,
is Mark Daigneault. He said no one was better.
That's
Mark.
awesome.
So
it's a good time to be a Thunder fan.
It is.
It's a great time to be a Thunder
Maybe
fan.
the best time.
I didn't mind the Joe thing. I kind of got it. It gave them a lot of room, right? It's like if you just want to put someone in there, you have Dort in there. Okay, put Joe in there to space the floor. Let Shea, Dub, and Chet. When Shea, Dub, and Chet are on the floor at the same time, give them room, give them space.
Although one of the
let
things
them
I
do
will
their
say
thing
about it is this is now going into the playoffs last year. Joe does not shoot well in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Like, I like that needs to be, kind of taken into more opportunities for it. But last night he was not great from the 3-point line. I still love what Joe does. He's got a great little mid game. Like
he had that one where he dribbled out when Jokic was on him and hit like a little midi.
Jokic.
Yeah. That was cool. Yeah. Thoughts on starting lineup? Will they start Caruso in Chicago? Or do you think they're going to stick with this starting lineup for now? Predictions?
They probably stick with it.
Yeah, I think they stick with it.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you are watching on YouTube, hey, just like the video right now. There's a lot of people still on the stream. Very grateful for that. Please like the video. Hope everybody's doing great. And we will talk to you guys again on Monday.